Hey guys, and welcome back to the Daily Raid YouTube channel.
He's back.
I know it's been a couple of weeks since you guys have last seen me upload here, but I decided to come back after doing a little bit of thinking and trying to figure out the type of content I want to put out as well as a sports content creator. And I basically came to the conclusion that I want to do things that or create videos about things that I really like, sports that I follow, sports that I love, and well, basically one of those things is football, particularly the Premier League. As you guys can see from my outfit, I am a huge Manchester United fan, and I've decided to try and do weekly Premier League content. I was originally supposed to do a Premier League league predictions for the 2025-26 season. Hopefully, I can give you that sometime next week. But for today, I will be giving you my team of the week. For those of you who don't know, Game Week 1 is now behind us. It was an epic start to the 25-26 season, and I want to talk about who I think makes my team of the week. So yeah, let's get right into it. First up, we've got the goalkeeper, and for me, I've put in David Raya. David Raya played an exceptional game against Manchester United over the weekend, and in my opinion, he was the only reason why Arsenal managed to win that game. David Raya was incredibly important to that team. He made some incredible saves for them, and it's the only reason they managed to leave Old Trafford with a 1-0 victory. So he is in goal for me. I've also gone with three at the back, basically three centre backs. I'll be playing a 3-4-3. The three centre backs I've gone for are Dan Burn, Ricardo Calafiori, and of course Dan Ballard. Dan Burn, Newcastle's own, he had a great game against Aston Villa. Granted, Newcastle United, the Geordies, were lucky considering the Aston Villa team got a red card in the form of Ezri Konsa. Clear red card, obviously. No, I mean, but yeah, they managed to maintain a clean sheet. Didn't really manage to get the win, but Dan Burn played an exceptional role for the team in their opening day fixture. Uh, Got in a lot of defensive contributions, couple of blocks, couple of interceptions, a lot of tackles and clearances. And yeah, he's one of the centre backs I have on the team. Next up, as I mentioned, Ricardo Calafiori, the second Arsenal player to make it into this team. Calafiori was, in all honesty, I mean, he had a very average game. He picked up a yellow card. Didn't really do anything exceptional or anything out of the ordinary, other than the fact that he got the winning goal for Arsenal against Manchester United. I do have my questions about the manner in which Arsenal got that goal. I've never been a fan of their weird corner tactics, but at the end of the day, it works. Uh, Saliba did have his hand on Bayendi's hand. He was pushing the man's gut. I mean, whatever you want, at the end of the day, what's done is done. Calafiori got the winning goal for Arsenal, and that's the primary reason why he is on this team. The final centre back in my three-man centre back team is Sunderland's Dan Ballard. Sunderland had a surprising result in their opening fixture. They managed to defeat West Ham United 3-0 in the Stadium of Light, and it was a huge, huge welcome back for Sunderland fans. First time back in the Premier League in 8 years, and what a way to kick things off. The star performer was, of course, Dan Ballard. The clean sheet aside, he scored an incredible header uh, off a pass, I think, from Ronaldo, or was it some? I'm not sure who exactly it was, but he scored a bullet of a header to give Sunderland a 2-0 lead. The first goal was actually scored by Mayenda, and the third goal was scored by Isidore. Uh, but yeah, an epic performance from Dan Ballard. He got in his defensive contributions, much like Dan Burn. And yeah, a nice little Newcastle Sunderland pairing. I know people won't like it because of the Tyneside derby, but anyway, Dan Ballard is, I'd say, the star of the defense, at least for game week 1. Next up, we have our four-man midfield. The four-man midfield, the right mid and the left mid are basically going to be a right back, left back, right wing back, left back combo. And I've gone with Rico Lewis and Goodmanson from Leeds United. Rico Lewis had a great game for Manchester City against Wolves. He got in an assist. He assisted the first goal, got that beautiful chip pass from Tiani Reinders, who we will discuss very soon, and then he squared it to Erling Haaland for the sweaty goal, another player we will talk about very soon. A great performance for him. The assist aside, he got the clean sheet. He did his part in defense, did his part on attack. There are links with him to Nottingham Forest, but after that performance on opening day, I really don't think Pep Guardiola will be wanting to get rid of this young, talented right back. Left back, we've got Goodmanson. Goodmanson, of course, played the late game on Monday against Everton. And while he didn't really have any contributions in terms of goals or assists, he did his role from that left back spot. He was solid, kept Everton at bay. I believe Everton were reduced to single digits in terms of shots, while Leeds United completely dominated the game at Ellen Road. And yeah, Goodmanson, clean sheet, decent defensive contributions. I really don't think there are many other options outside of Tino Livramento and maybe Marco Carella. But yeah, I mean, Goodmanson is the choice for me, in my opinion. So he makes that left back slot. Moving on, we have our two central midfielders, and this is where one of the men I mentioned before comes in, Tiani Reinders, and alongside him will be Tottenham Hotspur's Mohamed Kudus. I went with Tiani Reinders because he had an amazing game for Man City. In my opinion, he was the heart and soul of Man City's victory on opening day against Wolverhampton Wanderers. A 4-0 victory. He got himself a goal, he got himself an assist, and of course, like I mentioned earlier, he played that beautiful pass to Rico Lewis, which I still can't get over. It was absolutely exceptional, absolutely amazing. Reinders, 27 years old, he's not exactly the young replacement you would hope for a guy like Kevin De Bruyne, who recently left the club, but he is well on his way to filling up that huge hole that KDB left as the best playmaker in the league. He looked amazing in his first game for Manchester City, or his first Premier League game for Manchester City, and rightfully on this team. Definitely a guy that people who are playing Fantasy Premier League should pick up, in my opinion. The man playing alongside him will play a little further up in my formation. That's Mohamed Kudus. Kudus technically plays on the right wing, left wing, or at a central attacking midfield position, but I put him here in that two-man midfield so that he can play a little higher up. The reason being, he got two assists in Spurs' opening fixture against Burnley. A lot of questions surrounding him after a poor season in 24-25, but he has silenced critics, especially me, after the performance he put up against Burnley. Two assists to a man that, again, I will be bringing up as part of my three strikers up front. Uh, I'm hopeful that he has a great season, Mohamed Kudus. I really hope that he can get his assists and goals up and actually justify that 50-60 million price tag that Thomas Frank and the Tottenham Hotspurs paid for him in the first place. Finally, let's look at our three men up front. On the right-hand side, I have gone with Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. Bournemouth had a disappointing opening fixture. They lost 4-2 at home to Liverpool. Speaking of Liverpool, guys like Hugo Ekitike and Mohamed Salah could have definitely made the squad. But Semenyo, what a performance from the guy. The topic of conversation over the weekend regarding him is, of course, the fact that he suffered racial abuse from a handicap fan in the Liverpool section. Nevertheless, he soldiered on, didn't really let that bother him, showed his mentality, and bagged two goals for Bournemouth. In fact, actually getting them to the equalizing position, basically took them from 2-0 down to 2-2, and actually looked like he could score more. But unfortunately, things ended up quite differently. But Antoine Semenyo recently signed a new contract with Bournemouth, is there for the long term. A guy who could have gone to Spurs or Manchester United or any of the top clubs that were really after him. He's going to be a key player for Bournemouth this season, and he makes my right wing spot. On the left-hand side, we have the guy that Kudus delivered two assists to, and that is Tottenham Hotspur's Richarlison. Richarlison's a guy who's been clowned for the past couple of years simply because he's not been in form. He's suffered a lot of issues off the pitch and on it. His mentality has been questioned, as has his mental health that he had opened up about a couple of months back. But he really showed that he is still capable of putting in world-class performances, and he did that with Spurs on opening day. Two goals for him, two really good goals. Hopefully, this is a sign of more to come. Now, of course, he's playing down the middle for Spurs as the striker now with Dominic Solanke out, but we all know he's capable of playing those winger positions, which is why I have him at left wing. Finally, up front, we have the guy who I mentioned again earlier with regards to Tiani Reinders and Rico Lewis, and that is Erling Haaland. Two goals for Erling Haaland. He got one off the Rico Lewis sweaty pass, and he got another one from Tiani Reinders, who is also on this team. Uh, Haaland, he's the guy you expect to get 30 goals this season, and he probably will do that with guys like Reinders and Rico Lewis and Ryan Cherky, a guy who scored a debutant goal, feeding him the ball. What else to say? Haaland is a guy you expect to make this team every week. Granted, that may or may not happen. But yeah, a solid performance from Erling Haaland. Bagged two goals, was key for City's victory over Wolves, and he finishes up this formation. So yeah, guys, that is my team of the week for game week one of the Premier League. Uh, Let me know who you would have in this team instead of the ones I have selected. Let me know in the comment section down below. Get involved, guys. I'd like to build a strong community here with the Daily Raid now that I'm doing content that I really like. And yeah, let me know what you, again, I keep repeating myself. Let me know what your team would look like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week when I give you my results for game week 2 and hopefully earlier on my predictions for what the 25-26 season is going to look like. I'll catch you guys then. Peace.